What's up, folks? My name is Matthew, aka EZBOT. We're going to try and make some techno from scratch using the Digitakt II, the Syntakt, and the Octatrack with some performance template stuff. This is what I made earlier. Just let me show it to you really quick. This is where we were at. I had this little line in here too. All right, so let's get started. I already picked out some sounds for us on Digitakt II. So I'm gonna go over to my kick track and let's go through this process of trying to make a rumble on here. We'll use 32 steps. And we're gonna go 4 on the floor with our kick. To start it off, I'm at 144 BPM. I do have swing at 56%. We could even go a little bit higher, but then it starts getting real messy. Cool, let's go over here and let's go to our delay, and I'm gonna play with my delay. Right now I have the delay, it's already filtered because I was already doing this. So what I'm doing is I'm isolating just the low end on the delay, and we're gonna send this kick, like the kick just to the, just max it out. I'm gonna try moving these kicks off the one and put them right here. Yeah, makes a similar rhythm, but it's at a slightly different time when we lay the kicks down. Let's just filter the kick out and see what happens. Let's just bring the slow pass down. Rumble. Make it a little more rumbly. Okay. We have created our rumble, pretty simple. Now we just need to resample it. So I'm gonna go into my sampler. I'm gonna sample the mains, and we're gonna set it to 32 steps, and I'll explain why here in a second. Let's arm it up. So the reason why we wanna use 32 steps is because the rumble is not starting on the one, right? The rumble is starting a little bit later. We're using the delay to create most of the rumble, so we have to wait for it. So our sample isn't gonna be useful until like the second bar, basically. So now we're gonna hit yes, or we're gonna arm it, which we already did with the H encoder, and hit play. Okay. You can see the beginning here isn't very useful, but the middle is. We'll call it rumble, and we'll put the tempo in so that we know that. What we wanna do now that we have the sample, here's what it sounds like. We have to give it some trig length so that it plays for long enough. So let's make the length, this is the retrig menu. Let's make the length be the 2 bars that we're working on, or 16 steps would be fine actually. There's our rumble. Okay, so we got a rumble there. It's playing for 16 steps. We don't want to get that beginning part, even though this is its own rhythm. We could use it as part of the rhythm of the rumble. It'll be fine, but I do like to do this. I just push down on the encoder and it will snap to the middle position, which is 60. That's the perfect rumble right there. That's really what we want. Rumble bass made from our kick. Let's go over to our kick track now. Move the kicks back to the position they're supposed to be in. And let's just clear out these settings. Clear out these weird settings that I had, all this weird delay stuff. Lovely. I do have the compressor already set up for this, so let's just pretend the compressor wasn't. Just clear it out. So no compressor being used at all. We can use the compressor because sidechain routing on the Digitakt is awesome now. So we can actually use this compressor for like good ducking, just to let different instruments breathe, or, you know, general compression to make your mix sound good. Let's hear what we have, shall we? Unmute this kick. Techno rumble bass. Check this out. Let's just throw down an open hat here. Yeah. Oh yeah. Let's adjust these effects because they're weak. They're weak sauce. Also, sponsor me, Kroger? I guess? Choked on something. Okay. I like ping pong delays, and I like huge reverbs. I'd rather just send a little bit of reverb than have to soak the reverb and have the time be short. That's the kind of just sound that I enjoy. I enjoy listening to it, and I enjoy making music that uses it. So let's do that first. And we're looking at our delay right now. We don't want to go too high on the feedback because you will create a feedback loop. The delay will just go on endlessly, and we don't want that. I'm gonna turn ping pong on, turn the width up almost all the way, and filter a little bit of the high end and remove some of that low end, because I don't think it removes enough of the low end by default. Then I'm gonna move down to my reverb, and we're just gonna crank that decay up. I'm gonna bring up to like 110, and we're gonna do the same thing with our reverb. I'm gonna remove some more of that low end because I want my low end to be the rumble bass. That's gonna be the low end. That's the bed of the track, is the rumble, and we're just gonna leave that alone and let it occupy the low end, and then we'll take everything up from there up with other sounds. But now when I listen to track 6, which is absolutely soaked in reverb, actually we'll just bring the reverb down so that we can really hear what happened with these adjustments that we made. Yeah, there's that space we wanted. We got a nice hard-hitting kick. We got some decent rumble bass. Let's go over to our rumble, turn up the distortion on a little bit more. Yeah. I do want to point this out. This I think is really cool. There's some stuff in Digitakt II that like it hasn't been pointed out by Elektron or by anyone that I've seen so far, that I'm just coming across these like quality of life features that don't exist in any bot other than maybe the M8. The M8 does a really good job of just having some like cool, like, I thought ahead for you, you know, when you resample something, I'm going to create an instrument for it and set it at unity gain for you. That's something like the M8 does. And it's like, Tim thought ahead, right? Elektron's doing the same thing. So check this out. If we like are on the filter window, but we want to change the filter, we know we have to go into the machine window to change the filter. But if I have filter selected first and then hit source, it takes me straight to the filter change instead of to the machine change. But if I am selected on source and then I select function source, it takes me to the machine change instead of the filter. Dope. We're using this low pass 4 right now on our rumble. The multi-mode filter would work. We could have used the multi-mode filter and then dialed in the mode so that it's just like this, perhaps. Such a sharp cone. Let's see how this sounds. Whoa, surely we clipped. I think the multi-mode filter does a better job of emphasizing the low frequencies, but I like the low pass 4 filter on the Digitakt II better. Let's get back to how it sounded. Yeah, I like that better. It's just like bunch of random chords, and we'll just kind of filter this out until it sounds like techno, I guess. Check out the effects block. You can send it to the effects block, do a little bit of ducking on that. Techno. But we could explore something else. So here's an idea. Check this out. Let's go to track 16. Turn on the Euclidean sequencer. Boop. Turn that sucker on. Let's keep the step count down to like 10 or something. The point I was going to make before I got distracted by all the buttons and knobs and stuff that I could press on these machines was that you could put down pitch information and then go into your Euclidean sequencer and turn it on and then play with your Euclidean sequencer live. You can create a rhythm this way, kind of like what you would do with like an Oxy 1 or Hapax or TS1, T1. Something like that. Definitely need more practice with it to figure it out. Nasty. Nasty. Cool. We did it, folks. We made techno together, live on stream with your help. Thank you very much for everybody who had suggestions and ideas. If you want to support this channel, visit patreon.com/EZBOT and go ahead and join the Patreon if you'd like. It's free. You can also join on a paid tier, which I would appreciate very much because that puts food on the table. My name's Matthew, aka EZBOT. I'll see you all next time. Gonna go walk the dog. Take care.